Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Sunday, happy Sunday, happy Sunday. This is Forrest out in St. Louis. Had to sport my very cool Extreme Legacy Creators t-shirt that my wife made for me, along with some background stuff going on there. Very excited. So tonight, very, very quickly, for those of you that might be challenged, or if you're challenged with follow-up, how do I follow up? Do I put it in a log? Do I put it on a train? Do I do follow-ups in the rain? Do it in a box with a fox? Do I, follow up here? Do I follow up there? Just don't know where to go. With follow-up, I'm going to show you a quick Google Docs sheet that I use that has formulas built in for it. And the good news is, if you'd like it, be more than happy to share it with you as well. Shoot me a private message afterwards and let me know you'd like the Google Doc sheet. I'm going to go through this. I'm going to show it to you. You can check it out and maybe even give you a layout on how to follow up for what I do for putting leads or people that respond to my prospecting. Of course, these can be any kind of leads, whether maybe they're active leads you get if you're running an ad and you want to follow up with them, maybe bring them out of your ad creator, or maybe these can be business card leads. But this is primarily, I'm going to show you how I actually track social media leads that I get when I'm reaching out to somebody and they raise their hand and say, yes, I want more information. So I'm going to do a quick screen share. Again, if you'd like a copy of this Google Doc sheet, let me know. It's probably best if you have Google, a Gmail account, and use Google Drive, because you definitely works a lot better when you do. It works with the same similar formulas as Excel. So if you're used to using Excel, this will work as well. So let me do a quick screen share. Again, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Forrest Knight. I'm out here in St. Louis with my awesome wife, dog. Have an awesome group of awesome kids, ages 21 to 32. Absolutely love what I do. I love helping people kick butt online. I'm a coach. I'm on a mission to have no more empty refrigerators, make an extreme impact, and be a legacy creator. And I hope you are too. So let's jump into this. Let me do a screen share. You guys can see what we've got going on. And there we go. There is the Google Docs sheet. As you can see, got a lot of stuff going on here. In the sheet, you'll notice what I did. There's quite a few columns, and you can organize the columns how you want to, but I've already built in all our formulas. You see some really cool values over here. I'm going to show you how this works. So when you're out prospecting on social media, you can write them down in a log, you can put them in a book, you can put them on index cards, however your brain works. I like this system so that I can physically see, and I'll show you why. So when I put a lead in here, I put the day's date, for example, and I just grabbed a couple of people, a couple of my friends, and I threw their name in here. And let's say, for example, Kim, I sent out a message. Kim says, yeah, I'll take a look at your information. I say, great. I set up a time to follow up with him, and I send him a tool, right? Something, a presentation, or an overview, invite him to a Zoom, whatever it is. I send it to him. If I have his phone number and email, I'll put it in here as well. These columns are optional. Sometimes some people, you can drag them all the way over to the left if you don't have them. If you're just doing social media, just leave them blank until you get their name and their email address, right? So what I'd do is I would go to Kim's social media profile. I found him on Facebook. I'd grab his Facebook URL. I'd paste it right in here. And of course, I've got this really cool source tracker that I found, and that I can do a pull down, and there's LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and other. I put that in, and it's just so I know. I mean, I can see it's obvious here. And I put what tool I sent him. So maybe it's a 7-minute presentation. Maybe I invited him to a Zoom or whatever. But here's a really cool thing. I set a follow-up for him, and I always just put 24 hours for the follow-up date. It doesn't really matter if you set the date the same day. You can if you want to. If maybe you did the prospecting first thing in the morning and you set a time for him to follow up later that evening, whatever that follow-up date is, you're going to put that in day one. So the tool, we'll say, was my teaser, right? And whatever you want to call it, it's up to you. Everybody has a tool, or maybe you invited them to a Zoom, or maybe you put Zoom in there. So we say we invited them to a Zoom, right? And maybe it was a Zoom or an overview or whatever the deal was that you invited them to. Then I'm going to do a follow-up and say, like he says, yeah, great, I can watch it. I can watch it tomorrow at noon. Great. So I set a follow-up for him tomorrow. Of course, I put that in my calendar. But what I do is I'm going to follow up with him. I'm going to put 10. What is the day today? The 25th. So I'm going to put 26 tomorrow. And I do 2020. And I put that wrong. I can't put a dot in there. I have to put a slash and delete that. Now watch what happens to the values out here on the side. You'll notice that all of these values automatically filled in with the formula. So day 4 is 4 days from this date here. So this 26. My next follow-up is day 4. Then it's going to be 15 days from this day here. I always like to do a 15-day follow-up because I want to get them on the border. I want to get them either moving left or right. I want them going somewhere. And of course, there's a 15-day, a 30-day, 45-day, a 60-day, 90-day, and it runs all the way out. And as I add leads through here, let's say Nifa, I talk to her, and I'm going to say I have a setup follow-up, say for the 27th. Maybe she says I can't watch it now, but let's get back, and we agree that I'm going to follow up with her on the 27th. So I put that in there, 2020, and you can see it automatically fills in all the dates running all the way across until infinity and beyond. And as I can go through and complete each one of these tasks, I have color codes. Like when I complete a task, in other words, I did say the day 1 follow-up, I'm going to turn that orange. Let's say Kim ghosts me, he doesn't respond, or he misses his appointment. I then automatically go to a 4-day follow-up. I can come here, but what's really cool about this, right? What's really, really cool is as I'm going through here and I'm adding leads in here, I can always just go search for the date. So say, for example, it's the 30th, right? So I just do a Control F, which is a Control Find. It's going to pop up there, and I'm going to type in 10/30/2020, and everybody that has a follow-up scheduled for the 30th is going to highlight. So if there's 10 of them, it doesn't matter if that's a 1-day follow-up, a 4-day follow-up, a 15-day follow-up, a 30-day follow-up, whatever follow-up is scheduled for the 30th, it's going to highlight, and I simply need to go through. But here's what's even more coolerific about the way this is set up. Everybody that's highlighted for my 30s, all I've got to do now is come here, hover over their link, and I can open them up into a new tab. So here I can open up. Come on, can this work? And it's open up, and it's going to open up into a new tab, and come back here. I could do the same thing. Maybe Nifa's for that day. I can open her up into a new tab. When I'm opening them up, and I'm going to go through and I'm going to open up every single tab for somebody that I have set for a follow-up on that particular day, and then I'm going to go back. So if I have 30 follow-ups, so I open up 30 tabs, I go into each one of the messages, and I can tell what I sent them previous to. So that I might be on a 45-day follow-up based on the message I sent previous, and I can go in and do an updated deflection. Maybe it's a 4-day follow-up where I'm saying, hey, been crazy busy, apologize for not following up. How are you? And that's the re-engagement follow-up process, right? Or maybe it's my 10-day where it says, hey, 10 days ago, you said you were open to taking a look at this information. It may not be for you. Let me know if you're still open to taking a look at it. That's my what I call crap or get off the pot follow-up. Like, are you going to look at it or not? Because I want to know. I want to know. Then, of course, if they may come back and say, I'm interested, dog ate my homework, whatever, I say, great. What I'll do is I'm going to swing back by in about another couple of weeks, and I go ahead and move to the 30-day follow-up with them, and I highlight them and move them to the 30-day follow-up. Again, my goal there is posturing, right? I want to make sure that I'm postured so I know when to follow up with them, and I'm not doing it. So, again, pretty cool system, but imagine if you had 50 people down here, rather than trying to dig through a log or dig through a book or however system, I can open up their tabs, blah, 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 and I can go through and I can message, follow up, message. Makes it really fast. And when I'm completed with each task, I just come in here and highlighted orange. Maybe they said I'm not interested anymore. I do red as dead. Maybe they got enrolled as a customer or teammate. I'd highlight them in green. Maybe it's somebody that says, hey, can you get back to me in 45 days? I use turquoise. So whatever your color tracking is up to you. There's no right or wrong in that, but very, very cool. Everything's built in here. If you'd like this Google Docs, if you like this Google Sheets, just shoot me a private message. I'll definitely get it over to you. It's fun to use. All the formulas are built in. All you got to do is click on a column in here. It'll add the values, and you can see date value up here for adding in all the formulas are all built in based on what column it is. If you want to adjust a column, you just have to do the math and change the date for the formula. And if you're not sure how to use Google formulas, just YouTube it. And there's a lot of cool training out there. I love you. Jesus loves you. There's absolutely nothing to do about that. I'm on a mission to have no more empty refrigerators, make an extreme impact, and be a legacy creator. I hope you are too. We'll see you tomorrow. I'm out. Bye-bye.